Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving your perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. The time has come, December 7th, 2024. A little late this year, but better late than never for this year's yearly theme. Every year, you guys already know, if you're a regular consumer, you've been consuming my work for multiple years now, you know I started doing yearly themes back during COVID time. It started with, it's gonna get done in 2021, due in 2022, then on and so on and beyond. Last year's was do a little more, 2024, and now here we are approaching 2025. And this theme this year is let's go and thrive, baby. Let's go mother friggin' thrive in 2025. Let me just tell you a quick story about how I came upon this theme. All right, so for those of you who do not know, I know a lot of you regular consumers already know this about me, but I do teach full-time at this school named the Center for Creative Education. Absolutely a perfect model for everything that I believe school should be about. School should be about inspiring creativity. School should be about allowing kids to explore all of their creative needs and all the things that are going to make them special, make them unique, teach them unique ways in which they can solve problems and things of that nature. I believe in that principle of making sure creativity is at the forefront of the learning process, especially when you're talking about kids from K through 5, which is the grades we have. So this was a really big week, really enormous week for this school that started off as just an after-school program, has become the foundation school for maybe it's only been about 4 or 5 years now. It hasn't been that long. I've been there now for 3 years, and we had the one and only Tommy Hilfiger in our school for a luncheon. All right, and this was special. This one hit a different kind of chord with me, because the 3 students, so they had, how it worked is they had Tommy Hilfiger in, and he's one of the donors of the school, and it was a room full of the donors, the generous donors of the school, and he was there in a room full of the other donors. So it's a room full of money, like I'm talking stupid money, billions of dollars in this room, easily surpassing billions of dollars in this room. And they had 3 fourth graders, 3 fourth grade students that I actually teach. I'm around these students on a regular basis. I knew them back when they were in 2nd grade. Shout out to Miss Clements, man. I first met them, 3 years ago, or 2.5 years ago now, around this time when I took the position when they were in 2nd grade, and now they're in 4th grade. It's amazing to see the growth and development of them, and seeing how much the parents sacrifice every single day to get them to the school and all that kind of stuff. So 3 of these students are on a stage and they're interviewing the one and only Tommy Hilfiger. All right, I mean, and they do an amazing job, do an incredible job. I honestly don't think they realize the magnitude of what they actually did that day. It's only something that's going to come up later on in life, where they're going to really realize the magnitude of how big that moment was for them in their development in terms of their young lives and the opportunities and the doors that it actually opens in terms of the mindset. I remember actually talking to one of the mothers when they dropped her off. And she had this look of pride in her face. She had this look in her face like, wow, Tommy Hilfiger, because this particular student, I know they spent some time in New York, and, Tommy Hilfiger, man, he had the rappers, he had the brand, he had it all, pop culture, the whole thing. Everybody knew who Tommy Hilfiger was, and now her daughter, her 4th grade daughter, is interviewing Tommy Hilfiger. Like, that's an amazing moment for any parent, all right? So I happen to be here, and then I'm sure CCE will they'll probably do a whole article on this at some point, a whole post on this. But here was my perspective on it, my take on it. And one of the biggest takeaways I took from it, and I was, fortunate enough to be in the room when they were having the interview and stuff like that. And one of the questions got asked of the student. One of the students asked Tommy Hilfiger, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay hungry? Or something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of, how do you stay hungry? And he goes, look, man, we just did 10 billion, that's with a B, we did $10 billion in sales, and I'm still chasing Ralph Lauren. I'm still trying to outdo him. I'm still trying to put in that work. I'm still hungry. I'm still chasing. I don't feel like I've done anything yet. And he went into where his startup story of he was a dyslexic kid, and he had to figure out ways to teach him, and the failures and the amount of things that he lived through. I mean, again, this is somebody that's talking, and I feel like I'm hearing my story, all the trials and tribulations, so many things that come up when you actually make the decision to be successful and you condition your mind to be successful. So, all of that inspiration was brewing up in me, and I recorded my show yesterday. It's the reason that we get into teaching. We don't get into teaching for the money, but we get into teaching because we see the growth and development of young lives. And I'll close you out just with this principle. Just picture this. As we walk back up to the classroom, this same student that I was referring to earlier, she just looks at me, she goes, "Mr. Aswan, are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me?" It's like, wow. I was moved. Sure, I mean, and it's a beautiful moment because there's no telling those young kids, those young 3 kids that were able to experience that in 4th grade. There's no telling them that they can't go to the moon and back. Their standards, their ability, everything they see in life, the amount of doors that they just opened for them, there's no telling them that they can't do whatever the hell it is they want to do in their lives. So, again, yearly theme, this year's theme, because of all that, because I felt all that, and we got college football, we got so much great things happening within this particular time. Because of all that, this year's theme, and I'm pointing this back to you guys as consumers, as the listeners now, the theme this year is simply, we just gonna thrive in 2025. All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Type into the Patreon link as well, patreon.com/as144. If you went out there, continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.